excursion here on the MLB pregame show. As we draw closer to the first pitch in this series opener, let's have a look at our Topps player spotlight. Scott Richards is our man to watch. And not only was he an all-star during the midseason, nighttime skies over Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago. Tonight, the opener of a three-game series. At the plate, Scott Richards. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Scott Richards.
Liner toward right center. Hammond is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Scott Richards stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Well, he hit it hard. He just kind of got unlucky with the placement. So you can't ask for much more. You just got to...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to... Scott Richards will stand in, hoping he can find a little green out there for once. He's lined out twice thus far.
Well, sitting up here, it looks like there's a lot of wide open spaces, but...
One sack as that ball is into the gap in right center. Should be good for at least two bases. Around second now, heading for third. Time. Coming to the plate now, Scott Richards. He'll try.
Just can't really be upset about that mistake earlier. Those kind of things are going to happen when you're a fast and aggressive base runner.
And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around third and being waved on home. The relay throw, and he is in there with an RBI triple. Now at the plate, Scott Richards, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here.
Center fielder, Scott Richards.
Hit hard back up the middle, and that gets through for a one-out base hit. Long throw to third, and he is in there. And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there.
He winds up with 3 hits, a triple, a double, and a single. Very close to the cycle, and they just could not keep him off base.
Now is the final line score tonight.
So that'll just about do it for Eric Karros. So a big spot here as a pinch hitter is going to come on with the bases loaded and just 1 out in the inning so far.
Now batting, center fielder, Scott Richards.
Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. So he will touch them all on the grand slam, so he creeps ever closer to triple digits as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Yeah, you feel a little for that guy on the mound. He was in an impossible...
A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys. But what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our Topps player of the game.
Our final line score.
Yeah, he only had 1 hit, but he definitely made it count. Big home run that turned out to be the decisive blow in the ballgame.
Back here on the MLB. Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series. Scott Richards gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame. This one's hit deep out to left center field. Casilla going back on it. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. So a solo shot here to left center field. So he creeps ever closer to triple digits. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0. So we'll take one more look. And boy, he just continues to hit the ball out of the ballpark at an alarming rate. What a year. Scott Richards digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Oh, and he turns another one around here. And his fine ball game will continue. Give him another home run. So a solo shot here to left center field, his second of the game, and the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead. Scott Richards comes forward now, and he's got to be feeling pretty confident, having already launched 2 balls over the fence in this one.
Now, there's no doubt he's feeling it in this one, Matt. He's getting good pitches to hit and then just letting it rip.
In there, a base hit. Scott Richards will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game as he was off to a fast start indeed. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, on his way to second now. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. The relay, the tag, and he is called out trying to stretch 2 bases into 3. And a very good performance offensively for this bunch. But out of everyone, I think we should single out this fellow right here as our top player of the game.
Here now is our final.
This is the MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the strides forward with a hot bat in his hands. Great numbers over the past few games.
Richards.
Shot towards second. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he was pretty unlucky last time because he squared up that fastball nicely. So we're going to have to see if they still come at him with hard stuff.
And that'll get down for a base hit. Scott Richards steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Number 1, Scott Richards.
Cozart sets. Here's the first pitch. High in the air and deep to left center field. Yelich going back, and this one is gone. A home run. So a 2-run shot to left center, so he creeps ever closer to triple digits. And with it, the Cubs have battled back to tie things at 2. One more time. He gets a pitch to handle. Scott Richards will stand in again as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted for their only runs of the ballgame on one swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Yelich has to retreat to the track, but he has it. And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big...
And welcome. From the newest ballpark on the Major League landscape, there's a look inside Marlins Park in Miami. Scott Richards strides forward with a hot bat in his hand. Great numbers over the past few games. Scherzer comes set. Here's the first pitch. Drilled on the ground to short. The second for one. Relay to first in time. One hit in the inning, but no one left. Coming to the plate now, Scott Richards, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score. Scott Richards will dig in again. He singled home a run his last time.
The batter, center fielder, Scott.
Here's the first pitch to him. Bullet back up the middle. Yelich is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Scott Richards gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point.
Richards
sends it in the air to deep left field. Back goes Ozuna, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to left, so he creeps ever closer to triple digits, and it gives the Cubs a 4-2 lead. One more time. He gets a pitch to handle. Scott Richards stands in, coming off a solo homer in his previous trip.
Well, I think he proved that he can turn on a pretty good fastball and hit it out of the ballpark, so you need a different approach in this at-bat.
Hit sharply toward the right side, and that will fall in front of Stanton. It's a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning. And a very good performance offensively for this bunch. But out of everyone, I think we should single out this fellow right here as our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was a thorn in their side all game long. You'll see there, he winds up with a 3-hit.
Matt Bass. First opened back in 2012. A look inside the Mammoth Marlins Park in Miami. Scott Richards will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup tonight. First delivery to him on the way. Out in front of it, strike one. Oh, 1, here's the pitch. Hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Looking up is Yelich. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So a 3-run shot to right center field. So he creeps ever closer to triple digits. And the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead. So we'll take one more look. And boy, he just continues. Stepping in, Scott Richards. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, the last time he saw a fastball and hit it pretty well, so we'll see how they work in this time.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. So no runs or hits here as the error turns out to be unimportant. Scott Richards will stand in, and as he does, we'll flash you back to the first inning of the ball game. A 3-run shot had him off and running right out of the gate. High and deep to right center field. Gone! Solo shot to right center. His second home run of the game, and it gives the Cubs a 4-2 lead. One more time. He gets a pitch to handle. You have heard that. Scott Richards will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, we take you back to inning number 6. This was his second home run of the ball game as he'll stand in here looking for number 3. And this will make its way into center field for a base hit, and the leadoff man's aboard now to open the ninth. And, guys, I think you might agree there's little doubt that the star of this afternoon's contest was this man, Giancarlo Stanton. He's our tops player of the game. This is the Sun starting to set now over Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Scott Richards will stride in. He did his part yesterday afternoon as he came through with 3 hits in the losing effort.
And he's been hitting the ball.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Something I thought we'd never see. 100 on the season, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0. And we'll take one more look at the big one. 100 home runs in a season. Can you believe it? Stepping in and ready for another shot, Scott Richards. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here. First pitch coming, here it is. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Around third and being waved on home. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second, and a relay home. And not in time as the second run scores. Scott Richards heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Richards.
Hard liner to center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning. Scott Richards will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Line to the right side. Herman is there, and he'll bring this one in. Scott Richards strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Richards.
He's set. Here it comes. Shot toward right center. In there, a base hit. And the throw here is dropped. And they'll hold the lead runner at third, but the batter does end up making it to second with only one away. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our tops player of the game.
Yeah, maybe a little disappointing that he could only get 3/4 of the cycle.